Hi guys, so I'm making this video for you just to show you why it's so important to have screws holding the top and bottom plates of the propeller adapter together like you do on your larger props. You don't do this on your smaller props though. This obviously isn't a T-motor motor or propeller, but it's still a similar design concept to your smaller propellers. So why it's so critical is if if this doesn't have screws attached on the bottom and top, if one of the main screws here, the M4 screw, either comes loose or it shears, and if it is going to shear, it's going to shear at the teeth most likely. As the propeller's spinning, so I've just loosened one of the screws for demonstration purposes, what's going to happen is, say it shears right now, because there's drag force on this blade, it's going to swing around and they're going to fold together. And then it's going to be doing this, which is going to cause a huge imbalance in the motor as it tries to spin, and it's going to rip any drone arm apart. So here, now I'm going to show you your propeller adapter on this kind of same motor and show why it's so much better to have the screws together. So here's your old propeller adapter. As we know, not having a nut on the screw is a really bad idea when you just tighten it into here. It can clearly shear pretty easy, especially if it's torqued too much. But the best part about this design is that the top plate and bottom plate are rigidly mounted together with two pieces of aluminum and two M3 screws. So it's very, very strong. And I understand the main purpose of this when you guys designed this was that it was supposed to be just to act as a bumper, and that's why you have some rubber there. But there's a much bigger safety aspect to it, and I'll show you why. So here, I've just mounted your propeller adapter on the same motor as before. These obviously aren't your blades, these are the same blades as before. But the point is if we run that same scenario, so the propeller's spinning, they're really loose right now, because they don't tighten properly. And if this screw shears, what's going to happen now is, even though it shears, because this is locked, this can't swing back anymore. And because there's still a pin here, the propeller is going to stay on. So even though the screw sheared, the propeller is still going to work fine and allow someone to safely land the drone. It's not going to swing around and fold and collapse and cause a crazy imbalance. And this is a brilliant design feature, whether or not it's intentional or not. The problem with your new propeller design is it does connect to the top and bottom plate with two M3 screws, but it's not as strong and as rigid as this. So if this screw ever does fail, it's just not, there's a chance that it might actually bend or break the M3 screws with the torque that, because of the drag of the blade, it wants to swing it back and swing that top plate back. Hopefully this is making sense. Let me know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Thanks.